What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is once again about the All Blacks versus the Springboks, the past weekend's game that was really one of the best Rugby Championship games of the year, if not the best. Now, I've obviously done the review of the game on Saturday. Today I want to pick out 5 talking points that I want to briefly discuss, go into a bit of the stats, and also allow you guys to give feedback in the comment section down below whether you agree with what I'm saying, and maybe pick out your talking points that you maybe picked up from the game that wasn't quite mentioned over the past weekend's game. Firstly, credit to the New Zealand supporters and fans, especially the ones who are commenting on my channel. Big ups for you for being such great sportsmen, giving credit where credit is due, also being great sports of saying how happy you are for South Africa and all that stuff. To the sour ones, unfortunately you lost, but we move on. We all know how damn good New Zealand are and how they're going to bounce back, because they're not going to take this. They're going to come back fighting bigger and stronger, and hopefully South Africa are ready for them in Pretoria. It is going to be an epic encounter. So let's head over to what my points are of the game. Now, the questions that people have asked that has been ticking me off a bit. Was this game rigged? Did Beauden Barrett get paid to miss all his kicks and kick only 2 over? Did the All Blacks play badly at the end, or did Damien McKenzie knock it on? I honestly think that's utter bullshit. Excuse my French, but I really do, and I think it's pathetic that people want to use that excuse on and destroy the reputation of 2 fantastic rugby codes really fighting hard. I mean, you could see the blood, sweat and tears on that game. You could see the emotion from both teams. You could see the disappointment from Kieran Reid and his boys, and you could see the joy, utter joy from the Springboks. So for those who said it was rigged, come on man, guys, get a bit of a life, because that was a true game. Both teams wanted to win. Any team could have won at the end there, and it was just hard fought. It was a hard-fought game where everyone gave it the absolute all, and I really think that is absolute crap saying that the game was rigged. It was a strong, fair, equal game. Second point, Nigel Owens refereeing. For me, he didn't have the greatest of games, and to be honest, I will vouch for him. I was quite relieved that he was the ref. South Africa don't have a good history with the rest of the past, for example Bryce Lawrence and all that jazz, but Nigel for me is quite a fair ref. He seems to explain what he seems to do, but he made a few blunders over the weekend, and not just obviously for South Africa. We were quite ticked off with some of the decisions, but there were obviously the odd one for New Zealand as well. There's talk of him not seeing the 2 South Africans offsides towards the end of the game. Also, what people haven't picked up, and I see it's all over social media, just before Willie le Roux got the yellow card, which to me was also a bit controversial, Kieran Reid blatantly ran in full on shoulder into one of the South African players. Now, I've seen red cards being given for that, I've seen yellow cards being given for that, and I've seen players being cited for errors like that, and nothing has been done from that. And for me as a leader, Kieran Reid, and the player capacity and the brilliance of that man, I mean, that to me is unprofessional and pathetic that Nigel, who was literally standing in the direction watching it go down, honestly it looked like he was looking right on Kieran Reid, shoulder charging in, literally no arms. That to me was a bad call. I didn't pick it up on the game, and a few other people I've discussed haven't really, but for me, when you could clearly see Kieran right there from Nigel's perspective, I'm really shocked that that wasn't a card or a try, because he was very quick to penalise Willie le Roux when Bongi was trying to get away from the ball. So from that point I was disappointed, but either way, the game is all said and done. Decisions here and there might have been called wrongly, but hopefully we will have a better reffing game in Pretoria. But I'm a little bit disappointed in Nigel, and I was expecting big things from him, because I know a ref of his caliber is pretty good. And I know a lot of you guys, I see a few comments of how much people hate the guy, but I really think he's not a bad ref at all. Then, obviously, a point that I have to mention is South Africa's highest score against New Zealand, which for me is really amazing. We all know how hard it is to beat the All Blacks at their home. We haven't done it since 2009. We last did it in Wellington in '98 under Nick Mallett's team. So we don't have a good record in New Zealand, and that's why the fans were so happy, stoked, emotional and all that stuff. A lot of the guys were saying that they were crying with Peter Steph and all that stuff. I got emotional too. And some of the comments below said, grow up man, get a life, da 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 da. Hello, we're passionate supporters, and if we get emotional for one of the biggest victories of the year, we're going to get damn well emotional, because it's an important bloody win against the champions, the best team in the bloody world, in their home turf. So if we get emotional, you know what, who cares? But the fact that the boys scored 5 tries, got 36 points on to the in New Zealand, sorry, high score ever, that was outstanding from the Springboks, and I'm really proud of that team for the effort that they put in, for the tries they scored. Even if we had lost it at the end, and it's easy for me to talk about this now, but even if they lost it at the end, I would have been very proud of that match, pleased with the performance, the fact that we scored tries. Remember how bad last year was, 57-0. We got destroyed, we got hammered, we got slaughtered, we got all kinds of clapped in all aspects of the game. We really did. And the media was not friendly to us. The media still wasn't friendly with us before this game. A lot of people were predicting a drumming. Like I said in the previous video, people were saying we don't even deserve to be in the same league as New Zealand, saying we don't deserve to play the top tier teams. You know, there was a lot of harsh critics, and we damn well shut those critics up, and rightly so. We did well, and we did our country and I think world rugby proud, because it was really an immense performance. Then the 4th point, Peter Steph's emotions, just like I mentioned now. That was really important, because this poor young bloke played out of position. We all know him as a lock. Then he became a loose forward. Then he became a lock. Then he became a loose forward. He's been up and down. But this young guy has got talent coming out of his ears. He's a great young sport, and he just goes at it. He gives his best. He had an outstanding game on Saturday, and the fact that he was so emotional just showed how much the sport, the game, the love, the jersey, the passion, everything means to him. And that victory meant a lot to him too, because it's the biggest victory of his entire career. Again, I'm going to be repetitive, but beating the All Blacks, guys, is special. And I know a lot of the All Blacks fans, you guys are used to winning kind of thing, and for us to come over in a very bad state after coming off 2 shocking losses, to go and beat a team like the All Blacks in New Zealand is unbelievable and amazing. And we're still in South Africa on a high. Minas commented earlier saying that the media in New Zealand are quite positive towards South Africa, and how they were saying what an amazing game it was from both teams. I mean, New Zealand didn't play badly, guys. New Zealand played excellent, and that's going to bring me to the next point. But the emotions for Peter Steph to me was absolutely magic, and it just showed how much that win meant to us, and so many fans. I mean, there was an old guy whose video went viral of how passionate he was. I swear to you, I would have woken up the whole of Port Elizabeth if this was at 4 o'clock in the morning, because I was screaming my lungs off. It was just amazing, and the emotion was truly special. And that brings me to my last point. As I said, at the end of the day, it's the final score that matters. The final score decided this game, and that is what brought the Springboks to the win. And now I go back to saying why the All Blacks aren't bad or anything, and why they played so damn well in the game. I mean, listen to this, and this is where again credit to South Africa. Tries 6 versus 5, All Blacks. Meters carried, so this is all on attack first. Meters carried 624 to the All Blacks, 245 to South Africa. Carries 215 for the All Blacks, 59 to South Africa. Defenders beaten 39 to New Zealand, and 12 to South Africa. Passes in the game, 257 to New Zealand, only 64 to South Africa. Offloads, 14 versus 3 to New Zealand. Possession, and this scares a shite out of me, 75% to 24%. I mean, well, 75.3 to 24.7. That is amazing, really. All Blacks completely dominated the game, but South Africa's defence just held it in the end, and damn it, it's credit to the Boks once again. Tackles 61 versus 235. Springboks made. That's unbelievable. Missed tackles 12 versus 39. Obviously, they would miss a few. I mean, 235 bloody tackles is quite amazing. At the breakdown, Rucks won. The All Blacks won 155 opposed to South Africa's 41. In the set play, scrums won. 9 scrums won, and versus 6, and then 13 lineouts won over 7. The discipline penalties conceded, only 3 penalties conceded from New Zealand and 10 from South Africa, and this is where Beauden Barrett's kicking came in, where if he kicked him over they would have won. Yellow cards, 1 yellow card for South Africa, but for me personally, Kieran Reid, for that shoulder charge, should have got a yellow as well, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts. And obviously the final score, 36-34. Unbelievable game, truly special, best game I've watched in years, and I know a lot of you say 1998 was better and all that stuff. Remember, I was 7 years old then, so I will definitely re-watch it to re-familiarize myself with that. But this really was special, especially coming from where we were last year, coming from these 2 poor defeats against Australia and Argentina. We didn't have the greatest end of year tour. South African rugby was in the dump, but it's good to see we're on the rise. I'm not saying we're back. We are far from being back, but we're on the rise, and we're improving and growing and developing, and credit to Rassie and his staff, and credit to Sia Khaleesi and his boys for making an absolutely amazing comeback from 12-0 and then holding it on after seeing those scary stats when New Zealand were the complete dominant team. To go on and win 36-34 is truly special. So that's going to do it for my 5 talking points of today. Make sure you let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section down below, and also what stood out for you, and also, do you agree with that Kieran on Twitter and Facebook? It's there somewhere in the rugby groups. Definitely worth a look, and I'll be curious to hear your thoughts on that. And also, if you're new here and haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all future uploads. Like the 10-14 rugby show, only 60% of you guys that watch this video, 40% aren't subscribed. It's crazy. Sorry, 60% aren't subscribed. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can keep up to date. Turn on that bell notification, because a lot of you seem to miss my uploads. So turn on the bell notification so you're always up to date with all the uploads. And I'll see you guys real soon for another video. We're on a break, but I'll try and get another one out this week. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Give it a like, and I'll see you soon for another video. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.